Hello everyone, my name is Shivani Tyagi. I'm your philosophy optional teacher. So when we talk about philosophy, it's like a one subject but covering other two subjects also, essay and ethics. So if you're preparing for philosophy very thoroughly and with proper strategy and planning, so it's like that you are doing other two subjects also. So it should be done with strategy, connections and strengthening approaches, and that's we'll understand today. So let's go to another slide. So it's very important to divide syllabus. First of all, understand it and then divide it accordingly. Why is it needed? Because Indian and Western, both philosophers have relevance with each other. So divide Indian philosophy with Astic and Nastic, right? And divide Western philosophy on basis of suppose rationalism and empiricism. So this division will help you to understand those philosophers, their criticism, their keywords and their quotes accordingly. So make sure that first of all you are understanding what portion is dealing with what kind of philosophers, right? So in Western philosophers, what kind of philosophers are there, what they are talking about, what quotations they gave, it should all be written. It should all be summarized. And when it comes to Indian philosophy, same goes with Astic and Nastic. It should be categorized in this way so that it can be easy for you to understand which one is your strong point, right? Which one you have to work on. So this will help you in this aspect also. Next thing is that focus on original texts and thinkers. It is okay to read from notes. It is okay that you have, you know, a source which doesn't have proper thinkers and notes, but an original text is important. Why it is important? Because the theories, the deep understanding of that particular topic can be understood from original text only. At least once or twice read original text so that you can understand the theory properly, then start making notes. Practice answer writings with philosophical argument. It is not enough to understand philosophers and knowing their categories. It is very important that you criticize them according to you and according to other philosophers also. Analyze it, understand it, in what portions they criticize that particular philosopher. Make short notes for revision. I've been saying this in my classes also, that notes are for you and they are very important. If you want to color them and if you want to have them in tabular form or any form you want, they are for you and it should be according to your comfort. They can be in pointer, but those are important for revision. If you are reading any philosopher, Descartes, Locke, or any Indian philosophy, Astic and Nastic, they should be written on that page with pointers, with keywords, and what you feel about that. So integrate thinkers with contemporary relevance. Don't only read them individually. Okay, find their relevance with other philosophers. If they criticized it, you understand what other philosophers can fit into that category and how you can criticize them. So all this can make a good strategy for scoring good marks. Now, how to connect philosophy? Like I just said, that it's not enough to understand those philosophers individually. You have to connect them. And it's not only connecting Western philosophers with Western philosophers. It's like connecting one philosopher of one subject with another philosopher. You have to understand the theories and how can they fit into other categories also. Fit Indian philosophies with socio-political philosophers also. Fit Indian philosophy with Western philosophers also. This will help you to write answers well. It will help you to remember those philosophers well, and also try to remember their quotations because they play a major role while writing answers. Link Indian philosophy with Western philosophy, which I just mentioned. Relate to ethics and GS4. Philosophy is a subject if you prepare it once, if you are going it thoroughly, you are understanding the concepts, you are writing it properly, you are making notes, you are revising it. It's like preparing for two subjects because these two subjects holds the same values, the same syllabus and same concepts which these subjects has. So connect ideas with socio-political and cultural context. If you are reading any philosophy, okay, I'm sure that you have perspective of it, and whatever you are reading from outside, from newspaper, from articles, from your surrounding, that can fit into that also. So there should be your context, like what you feel about that philosophy, and the relevance should be found in other philosophies also. This will not only help you to prepare for these two papers, but also the philosophy optional, which holds very important role. It will help you to score even 300 plus, right? So use examples from daily life to explain concepts. Philosophy is a subject which can find its relevance anywhere in science, right, in maths, and in any other subjects. In the same way, philosophy finds its relevance in the environment also. So starts reading newspaper. Think that how and who can fit into this category. If someone is talking about experiences and stuff, then think that which philosopher fit into this category. In Western philosophy, we talk about empiricism and rationalism, right? So put those things and situation under that category. Read newspaper and analyze it yourself, that how you can be different in that situation, right? Highlight relevance in modern issues. Like for AI, we can use Nyaya, right? Nyaya, which talks about logic. So for modern philosophy, we can you go for AI. We can go with morality, right? So start connecting philosophers with each other. So start connecting philosopher with the environment, with yourself, right? So how to make Indian philosophy strong? Revise multiple times with short notes. So the major problem that I hear from my student is that they have problem with understanding Sanskrit words, right? It gets very difficult to understand the question because they mention one Sanskrit word and you won't be able to attempt it. And this happens. So what you have to do, make notes, write all the keywords which you find very difficult and start revising it. And those notes are going to be for you, for so important. So revise it multiple times. Not only notes, in fact, the actual text also. So it should all be on your tips. So first is that you have to go through syllabus, then actual text, and then notes, and then revision. Then quotes original text, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Nyaya, and Sutras. So if you are reading Upanishads, find the relevance in other philosophies also. Understand the sutras in the way they make sense, right? So focus on clarity and simplicity in answer. Everyone is reading the same text. What you can write different in that answer, that's gonna make you score high, right? So there should be clarity and simplicity. Now how that will come? When your concepts are clear, when you know the meaning of that particular word, when you know how to use it, and how you will understand it, when you will implement those in real life situation, when you'll start connecting those philosophers together, right? When you'll start reading newspaper, when you'll start talking to people and understand their perspective. So philosophy is a subject which holds very very different perspective, right? So practice previous year UPSC questions, very important. See how people attempted answers and what you can bring change, what you will do if you are in a situation, right? And how you can modify the answer, what your analysis will be on that question. So join discussion mentorship to sharpen arguments. So maybe your strategy is right according to you, and maybe you're not doing enough to plan it. So it's very important that you talk to people and analyze your strategies, the way you are working, the way you are reading, and if it is enough or not, right? So always use diagram and flow chart for clarity. Keywords and flowcharts, this can save your time, and also not only save time, the checker once sees the creativity, he knows that your concepts are clear, right? So this is very important. And I feel that once you have finished reading that philosopher, there should be like 7 to 8 at least diagrams and flowcharts written on the backside of it, so that it can help you analyze rest of the cases. Compare school of thought systematically. In Indian philosophy, most of the philosophers are saying the same thing and criticizing the same thing, right? So the comparison can be seen a lot. So make sure that you don't get confused, right? Then make sure that you are writing it somewhere and always compare it. Don't just write that Nyaya said this and Buddhism said this. Just see how Buddhism and Jainism are related, how they are differentiated. Write everything on the paper. Balance between theory and applications. Keep answer philosophical, not just factual. Write confidence, structure, and coherence. So this, I'm saying this from a very long time in my classes also, that if your answer is not different, right? People who are studying the same subject, they have the same text also, they have the same some kind of knowledge also, but how you are going to make it different? So that will be through all this. There should be balance between theory and application. How that theory of Nyaya, Buddhism, or any philosopher, any Indian philosopher, how you are going to put it or apply it in real life situation, right? It should be philosophical, not just factual. Okay. Then next is, your answer should be so structured, it should be so well maintained, it should be so pointer wise that the moment that examiner sees your answers, he don't feel it from where to read and where to end, right? It should be so summarized and properly. The conclusion should be crisp, the starting should be very engaging, and the middle part, the main answer should be with facts, right? So with all these strategies, we can clear and we can know that how to score in Indian philosophy. The only problem that I see in my student is, and people ask me a lot, that how to understand Sanskrit keywords. Then Sanskrit keywords are nothing but Hindi words only, but you have to relate it, you have to explain it to yourself with given example. Yes, it is difficult sometimes, but it's not tough, right? So if you are the one who is having problem with Sanskrit words, write it down, write all Sanskrit words, and then write the example which is suitable to you and which will make you remember it for long. So with this strategy, I am sure that you can understand Indian philosophically very well. So thank you so much.